Hello everybody, my name is Mckay Colleni. I am an undergraduate in the Mechanical Engineering Department at Utah State University. I am part of the Learn Explore Design Lab led by Dr. Breanne of the Instructional Technology and Learning Sciences Department. I am leading this presentation with the assistance of Lili for exploring the rhetorical affordances of augmented reality in the context of the Anthropocene. As augmented reality, or AR, becomes a part of our daily life, we use AR to communicate information, ideas, and values. It is especially interesting how we want these information, ideas, and values to be received by others. This is the role of rhetoric. Immersive technology is increasingly recognized for its rhetorical potential. Similar to traditional genres such as text and image, augmented reality is also context dependent and can be used to conduct persuasion. We can find the rhetorical uses of AR when it is used to persuade new concepts such as the Anthropocene, which refers to the new geological epoch with human beings as the driving force of change to our planet. AR provides new opportunities to represent human-nonhuman relationships rhetorically, which is central to the concept of the Anthropocene.
As we can see the advantages of AR in presenting new ideas in a particular way, we are wondering what kind of rhetorical affordances are there. Recent literature has defined rhetorical affordance of immersive technology as a potential to parallel a representation of reality with physical reality. In our work, we use the term rhetorical affordance to refer to all kinds of design features of AR applications that contribute to the rhetoric effects in a way that otherwise may not be achieved. The literature around the rhetoric affordances of AR is still at the emerging stage. However, we can find three kinds of notions that are relevant to the rhetoric of immersive technologies: the traditional text and visual rhetoric, procedural rhetoric, and the rhetoric of place. Text and images are traditional modalities that rhetorical devices are embedded, such as puzzles, logos, and kairos. Procedural rhetoric is initially used to discuss the rhetoricity in games, and later applied to understand the rhetorical potentials of AR. Procedural rhetoric is about the set of processes and rules of games that allow for strategic combinations when players are engaged with the process. Rhetoric of place is about when using immersive technologies, especially AR, the relationship between the user and the place is often changed, which is a result of the increased interactivity. With an AR application, to interact with a place is to engage with spaces of meaning. To further explore the rhetorical use of AR, we conducted this study to understand the ways that the concept of the Anthropocene is rhetorically communicated to the user. Specifically, two questions guided our research. What applications are designed for supporting the understanding of the Anthropocene, and what rhetorical affordances can be identified while interacting with these applications? With these questions in mind, we are particularly interested in the emotional and cognitive sides of the immersiveness. The users are not only physically interacting with immersive technologies, but also engage with immersive environment emotionally or experience the value exchanges that are designed in interactions. The user acts as agents in the process of media design that constitutes the rhetoric effects.
The growing popularity of AR in mainstream media allows for more accessibility and interest as a tool for learning. AR can be adapted for both formal and informal learning due to the growing accessibility and the ability to represent nearly any topic. AR has several rhetorical affordances that provide a unique way to teach.
With the research questions in mind, we conducted a systematic review to examine the design and interactions of each application. Specifically, we followed the 5 steps from the qualitative data analysis model. First, compiling. We collected a total of 14 applications by searching different databases. Data of each application were collected based on researchers' observations as well as the information gathered online. And then we move on to disassembling and reassembling of our data. We disassemble the data into different groups with the method of qualitative coding. After coding the feature of the input and output factors, we reassemble the data with the themes emerging from the coding across applications. There are two theories framing our interpretation of these scenes. One about rhetoric theory from Königsberg, and the other one is about meaning making. Finally, we conclude with three themes as our findings.
We found three rhetorical affordances that augmented reality uses to communicate the Anthropocene. First, AR uses virtual objects to augment and enhance the physical world. Virtual objects allow the users to experience an altered version of their physical environment to help relate the Anthropocene to their own personal surroundings. This example from the AR artwork called Gardens of the Anthropocene shows the use of virtual objects as mutated plants of the future consuming Seattle Art Museum Olympic State Park. Point of view is the second affordance, because the point of view that AR most often provides is first person. This perspective is important for showing the Anthropocene because it directly connects to the user rather than as a vague or distant concept. In the app After Ice, the users experience sea level rises predicted by 2080 and can see how much of their surroundings will be submerged in the future. The final affordance is the input-output link, which shows how the AR application communicates with the user. This allows for unique and creative ways to convey and connect the users to the Anthropocene. Many apps have motion tracking technology that allows users to move around in the physical and virtual world together, providing immersion that enhances other tools' ability to convey the Anthropocene. Other apps take the connection between the user and the technology even further, such as the app Biomer which uses a heart rate monitor to directly affect the amount of virtual flora growing in the user's urban landscapes. This lets users feel even more connected to concepts of the Anthropocene presented in the app.
For our discussion, first of all, we'd like to talk about the special role of AR in creating local interpersonal knowledge. Given that the Anthropocene is an abstract concept, it poses challenges to learning. With the use of AR, the personal and local knowledge of Anthropocene is communicated persuasively to help people realize the influence of human activities on the non-human world through the design of virtual objects, point of view, as well as input-output link. What we also found interesting across the application is that the user can experience the decentering process of mankind, such as seeing our habitat taken over by non-humans, as is the case in Garden of the Anthropocene, or seeing our place become inhabitable, which is also reflected in After Ice. These designs are therefore a part of the posthuman endeavor. AR is not used to meet the anthropocentric curiosity. Instead, the technology is a rhetoric tool for the reflection of human activities and impact on the non-human world.
Another popular new technology is virtual reality, or VR, which has also been used to convey the Anthropocene. The affordances found for AR can be evaluated with VR in mind as well. The input-output link with VR has many of the same motion tracking components of AR, though VR often has separate peripherals to improve immersiveness of movement, but with a steep increase in cost. While AR uses virtual objects to enhance physical space, VR creates entire virtual environments. The biggest difference is VR's ability to choose different points of view. While AR is mostly bound to first person, VR can take the user into a new perspective for viewing the Anthropocene. For example, the VR experience Tree puts the users in the perspective of a tree in a rainforest. This comparison shows how AR is unique in its ability to show connectivity between the user and the Anthropocene by directly affecting the user's physical experience and showing how their actions promote those effects, which is a central theme to the concept of the Anthropocene. Our main limitation was the low sample size due to the novelty of both AR and the concept of the Anthropocene. Another limitation was that some applications were inaccessible by either being unavailable to the public or location specific, and we had to find our information from writing. This led to the possibility of other design features not being captured. In the future, we want to seek a more empirical-based understanding of AR's affordances for teaching the Anthropocene, and we want to understand the cognitive factors of the immersive learning environment by seeing how people perceive these rhetorical affordances. In conclusion, our research helps understand how the affordances found add to the meaning-making of AR. AR is a helpful and versatile tool for reflecting on the Anthropocene, and it demonstrates implications for designed AR for emotional and cognitive learning. Our research can also further explain strategies for AR authoring as a whole. Thank you.